Okay guys, hopefully this is working and you're able to see the Study Island screen. I'm just going to walk you through expectations for the next 3 weeks, since we are through with our packet that the school sent out to us. We will be on Study Island from here on out. So I went ahead and I logged on to one of your all pages so you can see what it looks like from a student page and what's expected of you guys. So for the first week, once you log in, you're here on your home screen. You can see the ribbons that you've earned. Over here, parents, if you're watching, it gives you the suggested topics. This will be very helpful after they're taking the post-test. It'll let you know which areas they scored lowest in, so what areas that they need to concentrate on so that they're at meets and masters for those areas. Over here on the left side, you can see the reports. It gives you a look at what they've done by each subject, and here it'll also give you just suggested topics to go over, just to help them come up in those areas. You can see where they're comparing with other kids in the state who are doing these topics as well. Just different things like that. Over here on the left where it's saying Texas programs, this is where we're going to be all the time. If you go into US programs, the math in that section will look like the math we've been doing, because we've been doing Common Core math, which is what most of the US uses. But make sure you're in Texas programs if you're wanting to go to individual assignments. So when you come here, we're in 4th grade, you would just click math, and the kids will be able to come on. And you can see here, they have to get a 70% to be able to get a ribbon for that section. The goal is 80% or better. 70% it will let you go back. The great thing about Study Island is if you take it and you don't do well, so here the first time taken it was a 15%, it'll actually scaffold them down, or actually show them, it'll bring them down another grade level. So here this place value was a 3rd grade introduction of place value. So what happens is you get the 3rd grade, you can get 100% on it, and then it'll bring you back up here and you can take the 4th grade version of it. So that's a good thing about Study Island, is if they're struggling to understand a certain concept, it'll actually back them down to lower grade levels to build it up from a very simple to a complex where we're at. I will be assigning these based on how the students do in their post-test. So in the post-test, you take a diagnostic test at the beginning, and then it's broken down into different sections. So you have numbers and operations. This is basically going over place value, why do numbers do what they do. It's fractions, decimals, adding, subtracting, multiplication, division. And then the next session is Algebraic Reasoning. This is where you have a word problem, and how are you going to solve it? How do you break down this word problem and put it into an actual number sentence? There's number patterns. This is the input-output charts, and then perimeter and area problems. The 3rd section is geometry and measurement. This is what we've pretty much been spending the last 3 weeks doing online. So our points, our lines, angles, symmetry, measuring angles, and then the measurements that we've been doing. And then finally there's data analysis, which is basically an understanding of banks and stuff like this. We didn't get to that this year. It's not a big deal. I will make a video for it towards the end of the year. We were going to learn about this towards the end of the year when we were doing our Lemonade Day project with Bank of America. But anyway, so this is just a look at the different sections that they'll be completing for Study Island. Again, they'll be doing the post-test this week. So it's 35 questions. They'll have all week to finish all 35 questions. I highly encourage that Students make sure to have a piece of paper, some scratch paper next to you so that they can show their work. It'll give them a better understanding of the problem, and it'll give me a better understanding of what they are capable of and what we do need to go back on. So they'll have all week, take the post-test, 35 questions. Once they're done with the post-test, you'll turn it in, and that'll give me, on my end, a chance to see what areas they need improvement on. So on my end, this is what I'm seeing. Whenever someone comes on, it shows me how many minutes they're on every week. So we'll be doing this for attendance purposes. I won't be taking attendance every Tuesday and Thursday anymore like I was previously on Zoom. I'll be looking on here. Since classes ran about 45 minutes twice a week, I'll be looking for students to be on a total of 90 minutes a week. Also put this down in writing and post it on Bloom's. And also, I'm going to use a Brill just because she has so many hours. I'm able to see what areas the scholars are doing very well in and what areas they need help in. And that's all what the post-test is for. By doing this, I can pick and choose what sections to really have them focus on for the last 2 weeks of school to make sure that they're ready for 5th grade math by the time school lets out at the end of May. Again, like I said, I'm going to be posting all of this information onto Bloom's along with the link for this video. For scholars who I see are struggling in certain sections, and even though it's scaffolding them back, I'll be sending out invites to do the Zoom sessions. The Zoom sessions are still set up to occur at those times. So if you're struggling in an area and I haven't reached out to you, feel free to just let me know, like, hey, I need help in this section, and then we can schedule time during our normal Zoom times or even on other days to go ahead and walk us through the problems so that I can help you out. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or send me a message on Bloom's. Thank you.